All right, we're going to go over some exercises for working on push-pull exercises. But what we're going to do today is focus on the movement quality parts of that, which is really straight arm strength and then scapular stability. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to our old favorite, the windshield wiper. So windshield wipers are here like this, and you're going to roll over this way with your knees bent. And this, what we're going to do of this part is when you're bent over, or I'm sorry, when you're windshield wipering off to the right side, you're going to feel that left scapula come down into your spine and ribs and hips, sorry. So here and here. And the trick is just keep that shoulder blade flat. We just want to get that shoulder blade so we can know that it can move so that we can have a little bit of stability from it. The second thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on some shoulder, after shoulder stability and shoulder mobility. Then we're going to work on doing some posterior hip rotation. And the reason that we're going to work on that is because posterior hip rotation is critical for doing push-ups, handstands, ring rows, etc. So what we're going to do is do the handstand prep drill here. Hands out here in front of you if you can. If not, like some people have shoulder issues, so you can put them out here like this. What you're going to do is take your belly button, push it towards the ceiling, then take this bone right here. We talked about this before. Anterior superior iliac spine, or ASIS, and we're going to press that to the ground. And then you'll see that just by touching here, this will be tight, and that's what we want. Then you're going to loosen that position, belly button up, ASIS down. That will get this tight. And so that's the posterior hip rotation. The next part of doing, getting the shoulders to, now that we know that the shoulders are stable from, and mobile a little bit from the windshield wipers, we're gonna just do a little bit of crawling. And what I find is like you can just crawl in a small place. It's always nice to be able to have like, 10 or 15 meters to be able to do a nice crawl. But really, just going back and forth, I think going back and forth, that's where all the money is as far as change of direction. And then of course, knees up. I think all the good stuff happens on the change of direction. Second thing here, we're going to go to do the Turkish get-up rollover. I like these kettlebells. You can get them from like TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, etc. Get the 8, 10 pounders, the lightest one that you can get. And what you're going to do here, you're going to roll yourself over. Right leg is up and off to the side a little bit. Left leg straight, kettlebell in the right hand. And all you're going to do is come over and roll yourself over. And I know that a lot of people have said, well, how do I know I'm doing this right? That's a great question. The way that you can tell that you're doing it right is 3 things. One is that your knee stays pointed to the ceiling, right? It doesn't come over this way. Second thing is when you come up and onto your side here, you come up here, feel your upper shoulder, your upper traps here. Make sure they're loose-ish. If your shoulder is up here by your ear like this, that's not good. That's not what we're looking for. And then the last thing is just feel your upper pec here, and this should be loose. And then bonus, this should be on the tight side. So we're just going to roll over here and just do the Turkish get-up rollover. We're just going to get some nice stability, a little bit of stability and mobility in that shoulder from doing this exercise. And then we're going to put everything together by doing the triangle roll progression. And that goes like this. You're going to be on your back, hands out here. The first thing we're going to do, try to connect ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, and even ears so that when you roll over, everything stays as one piece. Now when we do this Turkish get-up, we want to make sure that as we roll over to this side, that shoulder doesn't roll up again to the ear. We want to be able to keep that position. And we're going to roll over this way, that way 3 times. Make sure you can move your neck because neck is often a common cheater for shoulder stability. And we're working on that again. And then we're gonna start segmenting. We're gonna see like, hey, is this area stable or is it locked? So let's see if it's stable, then we'll be able to change and roll over this way. If it's locked, we won't be able to, this won't be as nice. So you're gonna come up here, put your foot down, move against it, same thing, foot down, move the torso against it, and then we're gonna make it look more like a Turkish getup. And we're just gonna roll right up into the seated position. If you can, if your shoulder's healthy enough and has a range of motion, right up here by your ear. Ideally, what we're gonna do is try to keep your torso fairly neutral, right? We don't wanna round it and then come up to this nice pretty position. Try to keep some stability in the torso. And those are the four exercises we're gonna do for working on push-pull exercises and really shoulder stability and straight arm strength.